A few years ago I had an experience that left me shook. I was in a bad place in life. I had just broken up with my girlfriend of 5 years. It was a messy breakup. I was staying at my grandparents' house at the time and I woke up at 3 a.m. to use the bathroom. I usually never wake up around that time to use the bathroom. I was in the basement and the bathroom was just down the hall. I left the door open because no one would be awake at that time. As I was standing at the toilet, something caught my eye that went past the door. Almost like a flash of a shadow, I got goosebumps from my ankles up to my ears. The room I was staying in was one of 2 that was down the hall. I saw this shadow flash, whatever you want to call it. I started back to my room with this weird sense of a presence. When I laid down, I felt like I was being watched or some presence present in the room. Then this heavy feeling on my chest as if someone were pressing weight down on me. The hair on my head felt like it was moving as if someone brushing their hand across the tips of my hair. Same with the hair on my face, like when you brush your hand across your face. I was certain something was sitting over me. The next morning I woke up and went up for breakfast, and my grandpa was the first one up in the kitchen. I told him about what went on last night. He didn't seem as stuck as I figured he would be. He said, "Talk to your grandma." I told my grandma and she told me from her side of the family there have been a lot of spiritual connections like her sister and my mom. That I had a gift. My mom told me whenever she was going through rough times her grandma would come to her in her sleep. Ever since this experience, it was like a mood lifter that brought me out of my depressed state. Last year my grandpa had passed away. It was devastating on us all. It was hard to keep myself together. When I was out there one day, I was in the shop where he spent most of his time. I was in the office when I heard him call my name clear as day. It was as if we were working on something and he had called me across the room. As I stepped out into the main shop, my goosebumps were back. I could feel his presence. And ever since that day, it's like it flipped a switch. I could finally talk about him without getting choked up. Now every time I feel a presence in a room, I don't get as tensed up. I confront it. Just figured I would share my experience.